Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the coaching hour. If you can hear me, just let me know in the chat box. I will be keeping my video off for today, but I'm going to use a lot of whiteboard. So be ready and be prepared. We are in for a real treat today. If you are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe us, press on the notification button so that next time, whenever we go live on YouTube, you get notified. And if you are with us on Zoom, welcome for being here. Just introduce yourself in the chat box that from where you are, from which part of the world you're tuning in. And if you are in the Zoom also, if you haven't subscribed our YouTube channel, I highly recommend you to go ahead and do that later on. We are starting in just a few minutes. And today we are going to have an incredible session. I can tell you that you are going to love it. It's about endless learnings and endless accomplishments. This has a very special meaning to me. I absolutely love this lesson, endless opportunities, learnings and endless accomplishments. So we are in for a ride. We are in for a treat. We will be taking few minutes right here. And in case you want to invite someone, you can invite right now. If there is some of your friends with whom you want to share that, just go and drop them a message that, hey, there's an interesting session going on right now. If you want to be a part of that, just send them the link. Rajiv, we are starting in a few minutes. So if you're not able to hear the audio at that time, I was not talking. All right. So in the meanwhile, guys, if you're joining here with us on Zoom, introduce yourself in the chat box that from which part of the world you are. Let us know in the chat box because we are really excited and we are really looking forward to give you an exciting and amazing session today. I believe this is going to be really sensational. All right, guys, so it's time to get started. Buckle up your seatbelts because you are in for a ride, as I said. So, we are going to talk about today something that I really feel is very important, and it is about endless learning and endless accomplishments. Now, some of you might be thinking that, all right, so Beer, what does that mean? So stay here till the end of the call. You will realize that what does it mean by endless learning and endless accomplishments? Because there is truly something within you that enables you to go through this process and have endless learnings and endless accomplishments. Now, why it is possible, first of all, this should be the question. And to really understand that, you have to go back and ask yourself that what is the definition of success that you have in your mind? Now, I want to ask you, go in the chat box and tell me what is your definition of success. If you're watching on YouTube, guys, make sure to go to the chat box and type your messages in the chat box. Like, what is your definition of success? Let me know in the chat box, everyone. Go to the chat box and let me know what is your definition of success. What is your definition of success? All right, somebody said for me, success is freedom. Perfect. What about others? What for you is the definition of success, guys? If you're on YouTube, make sure to participate. Make sure to comment in the comment box. If you are here on Zoom, guys, make sure you participate in the comment box, because that really enables you to get the most out of this session. All right. So someone said to achieve what one wants, to success is a feeling of joy, financial independence, to do all I want to, like travel and buy whatever I want to. All right, perfect. Now I will tell you the fundamental definition. Everybody that you have said, that's perfect. Now, what I learned from Earl Nightingale, I still feel is the one of the best ever definition of success that I came across. Earl Nightingale said that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Absolutely, Priyanka. That's what Earl Nightingale also said. It's about, this is where you are, let's say, in your life right now, and then you have a worthy ideal. It's a star that you're aiming for, it's the star that you're shooting for, and it is your progressive realization of this worthy ideal. And once you achieve that worthy ideal, you start realizing that there is more to life that you can actually receive. There is more to life that you can actually achieve. And then you start moving towards the next milestone, whatever that next milestone can be or will be for you. But the point here is that is pretty simple, that success, it is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. It's like somebody is in their life where they are earning, let's say, 100,000 right now, and they are progressively moving towards 1 million. Let's say somebody is earning 1 million and they are progressively moving towards 10 million. Let's say somebody is already having a happy relationships, all right, and he's moving towards making those relationships more happy and more wonderful. Let's say somebody has a very good sense of joy, calmness in their life, and they're moving towards having more calmness, joy, and serenity in their life. Everything that I just shared here with you, that is a definition of, or you can say that is success in one case or another. Now, when I say endless opportunities or endless learning and endless accomplishments, what does that mean? In order to really understand that, first of all, you have to understand who you are. And to understand who you are, you don't have to get into the rocket science, or you don't have to get into, the very details of the science, psychology, and all that stuff. You just have to realize the basic. And the basic is this, that we all are God's highest form of creation. You are, me, everyone around us is God's highest form of creation. This is the very first important thing that we need to understand. And many people are stuck at the same point. They're not understanding this big secret about themselves. Understand that you are God's highest form of creation. Everybody talks about the spirituality. They said that, we are spiritual being, we are spiritual being. But do you really understand the essence of being spiritual? Now, what is spirit? You cannot define a spirit. The spirit is not limited. The spirit is 100% evenly present at all spaces and all the time. And if spirit is so powerful, and if it cannot be limited by size, cannot be limited by its presence, can you think there will be any limit on spirit's growth or expansion? Not at all. Bob Proctor said that, as a spiritual being, the spirit is always for expansion and fuller expression. So your soul or your spiritual nature, it's always wanting more. It's like want more, want more. Once the one desire is accomplished, there's going to be another desire that will pop up. Then once that desire is accomplished, then there will be another desire that will pop up. That is the reason why Earl Nightingale said that success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Any person who knows where they are in their life and they know where they are moving, In my dictionary, that person is successful. And that's the same idea Earl Nightingale talk about. And I have just added that idea into my dictionary from Earl Nightingale's dictionary. Because if I find a wise thing from a wise man, if I learn a wise idea from a great person, I would love to adopt that idea and I will cherish that idea for the rest of my life. And I believe that's what every single leader in the past has been doing. Follow the best, learn from the best, and adopt the best. That is the only way you can become best in your life. There is no other way of becoming best in your life. Now, when I say endless learning and endless opportunities, understand this one thing. You know, we all are living a life, and life is a school. And in this school, we are going to learn lessons. There are always lessons. There are no failures, my dear friends. And a lesson will be repeated until it is learned. Now, this is the reason why most of you keep facing the same challenges over and over and over and over and over and over again. You know why? Because you have not learned the lesson yet from that challenge. You have not learned the lesson which that challenge is there to teach you. And then there are some people who always complain about that. Sukhbir, I don't know what happened. Every time when I go past one problem, the next problem appears. And sometimes I laugh and I tell them, you know what? It's not the problem, my dear friend. It's the sign of growth. Now, how you will be knowing that you're growing? Only when you're moving ahead and there is something bigger appears that has never appeared before. And guess what? All it takes is a shift in perception. Whenever something new appears, most of people treat that new thing from a perspective of a problem, from a perspective of a challenge, or from a perspective of an issue. What if you change your perception and you remind yourself, it is a stepping stone towards my big worthy ideal? Like, it is a stepping stone towards where I want to be. Like, it is just a bridge between where I am and where I want to be. So there are going to be lessons. And once you learn that lesson, bang, there is a new thing appear. Bang, there is a new thing appear. But that's the beauty of life. And that's what the basic law of life is. The basic law of life states that either we create or we disintegrate. That's the basic law. And a person, if he or she says that I like the way it is right now, that person is truly ignorant. That person is truly ignorant of the law, which is the definition of this whole universe. Everything in this world is in a constant evolution of change. And sometimes we cannot see the change with the naked eyes, but the change is taking place. For example, if you compare your life just a year ago, you will see how rapidly the life has changed. Nothing stays the same. Nothing is same, It's a constant evolutionary change that is taking place. And the person who is ignorant of the fact will be saying that, oh, I like the way it is right now. But let me tell you, nothing stays the way it is. So you really have to keep learning, and then you will be accomplishing something better than you have accomplished so far. Why I'm saying that? Because there is a certain process. Now, I want you to understand that we are living on a planet, and there are like n number of frequencies or n number of level of awarenesses around you. Like there are n number of awarenesses. You can say that they are frequencies. Some of you would love to call it awareness. You can call it awareness if you want to, or you can call it like, frequencies. It's up to you. But there is something beauty. There is something magical. Let me explain you this. And you are really going to feel resonate with that, because the first time when I really learned that idea really excited me a lot. Now bring your attention right here. Okay. Now understand that it doesn't matter whoever you are. Right now, you are at a certain frequency. Let's see, this is where you are right now. Okay. Let's imagine this is where you are right now. This A represents who you are. This A represents where you are. And then this star represents where you want to be in your life. All right. That A represents where you are. That A represents who you are. And this star represents where you want to be. Now, you know what's going to happen? You have to understand that you are right now in this frequency because you're thinking like that person. You're thinking like that person. You are believing like that person, and you're acting like that person who is on that frequency. And if you want to be on that frequency, you have to think like that person, you have to believe like that person, and you have to act like that person. And guess what? In this process, to reach from here to here, there is a process involved, and that process is the process of learning. You have to learn. You have to learn some of the idea that you have never learned before. Like this is where I love to quote Eric Hoffer. Eric Hoffer quoted something, and he said that like the illiterate of 21st century are not going to be the people who cannot read or write. Illiterate of the 21st century are going to be the people who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. And there is a process of learning involved between reaching from a point A to point B. And that point B is a big goal. Keep in mind, it's not a small goal. Although small goals also require learning, but big goal requires you to go beyond what you think is possible. Big goals require you to go beyond and really stretch yourself. And that's what's going to happen when you will be moving from a point A to a point B. That's the process of learning. And once you learn, and once you shift yourself from a person to a person who is really thinking, acting like the person is on that frequency, you know what's going to happen? Once you reach that point, it's not the end of the world. You are going to realize, wow, let's imagine here you was at 10K that you was earning. Now you have reached 100K, and now you're going to think, oh my God, I can earn 1 million. Isn't that beautiful? Or even more, you can think that I can earn 10 million. Just ask yourself. And then what you have to do, if you want to earn 10 million, you have to become a person who is on this frequency, who is thinking, acting, and behaving like a person who already have 1 million. But now you're at a B position. And at a B position, you're thinking, acting, and behaving like a person who is earning what? 100K. So what you have to do, my dear friends, the same thing you have done earlier. Now you have to progressively move towards that person, that frequency. And then again, in this frequency, there is a process involved. And one again, that process is the process of what? It is again a process of learning. You have to learn again. You see, the more you keep learning, the more you will keep growing, and there will be no end to your accomplishments. Now, this idea really fascinates me a lot. I mean, I'm in love with this idea that I just taught you right here, right now. And what I have just shared with you, the beauty is that this information, we all know this. But the point is here is that sometimes we get caught up so into the rat race. Sometimes we get caught up so into our daily schedules or to daily routines that we end up being a mediocre person. We end up being where other people are. We end up being in a cycle of a doom fulfilling cycle that my mentor Bob Proctor talks about. And if we really, really want to grow, if we really want to go past these barriers, we have to understand that there are some changes that has to take place within us in order to move from A to B, then in order to move from B to C, in other words, in order to keep living the definition of success that Earl Nightingale talks about, there is one thing that has to take place, and that is the constant upgradation of your belief systems. Because a person cannot accomplish beyond what he or she believes is possible for them. You can call them paradigms also, because that's the conditioning. You can use the word belief system, you can use the word anything, but at the end of the day, the essence is simple, that your results are the reflection of the ideas that are stored deep down in your subconscious mind. I'll repeat, your growth is based upon the ideas that are programmed deep down in your subconscious mind. And many of those ideas has not even programmed by you. Some of your ideas are genetically passed to you at the time of conception. And then most of the ideas are programmed by environment, programmed by society. And when those ideas keep getting programmed, keep getting programmed, keep getting programmed to you, you become who you are right now. So it's not, you don't attract what you want. They always said, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. Now, this is the hardest truth that many people have to accept. You attract who you are, and who you are is simply the thoughts. It's about the thoughts, it's about the feelings, it's about the ideas, everything that you talk about. It's about the behavior, it's about the habits, everything that is programmed in your subconscious mind. It's right there, my dear friend. It's right there. Every single thing that is programmed in your subconscious mind, it is shaping who you are. It is creating your reality. It is creating your destiny. It is in control of whatever you're attracting back into your life. And if you really want to attract better things, if you really want to become like financially free, I know some of you have that goal. Some of you want to become financially free. Some of you want to have a great health. Some of you want to have a great relationship. Some of you want to build a big business. Some of you want to just, travel all across the world. Some of you want to become great investors. Some of you may want to become, maybe anything. But that will come to you once you build beliefs that really are planted properly in the subconscious mind. James Allen said that. He said, you have to deposit the idea to the treasury of your subconscious mind. I mean, just listen to this line again, to the treasury of your subconscious mind. Isn't it beautiful that we can plant ideas in our subconscious mind, and then we have to take care of it and they can become our reality? Isn't it beautiful that we can actually shape our own future? We can, but to do that, we have to understand it, that we have to take 100% responsibility. We have to take that. You have to take 100% responsibility. If you're not doing that, you're not going to win. Because see, 100% responsibility means you are taking responsibility of your failures, you are taking responsibility of your successes, you are taking responsibility of everything. And guess what? Once you take responsibility and once you realize that everything is created by a deep belief in your subconscious mind, that means you have the power to change it. And many people feel that they are clueless. Many people feel that they don't have the power, but the beauty is that you have the power. But you're only going to understand that, you're only going to utilize that power once you make believe that I can change it. And the belief will come into you once you realize that I have created that situation into my life. And if I have created that situation, that means I can change it. Now, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Ask yourself a question. Isn't that beautiful? It is very, very beautiful. And it starts with one decision. It starts with the decision to really take charge of who you are and really start working on yourself and start making yourself a better person. And the day you start working on yourself will be the day where you will turn the tide, when you will turn the tide in your favor. And you may not see the results the day you start working on it, but I can promise if you keep working on it, your life will change. If you keep working on it, your life will take a new turn that you have never imagined before. I know some of you are my regular subscribers, my regular, friends, and my regular, you can say that, friends, clients who always watch these sessions. But I know some of you are new to these calls. I know some of you might be just watching me for the first time. I know some of you might be just listening me for the first time. And I highly encourage you to set up a call with me to discuss more about you. If you're watching me on YouTube, drop me a message, find me on social media, because in our company, Human Potential and Growth, we really care about you. We care about you, we care about your goals, and we really trust in your dreams. And then we have systems in place that really supports your growth, that really supports the unfoldment of the deep reservoir of potential that you have within you. And if you make a decision to be a part of any of our company's program, we make sure that you get the best of us. Because when you get the best, you will get the best back in the universe and in form of results. So there is a link in the in the chat box. If you're new to our material, and even if you know me but you have not taken yet a step to get into some of our programs, I highly encourage you to go and take that step. Go and take that step. It is not going to cost you anything. Taking a step, talking to me is not going to cost you. Yes, if you make a decision to go for a program, that may cost you, but that cost is nothing compared to what you will get back in life. So no investment is bigger than what you will get back from that investment. We are not programmed to invest into our personal growth. Let me tell you one thing. We are not programmed to do that. Not at all. We are programmed to invest in cars. We are programmed to invest in clothes. We are programmed to invest in the things that we don't even want. And if you don't trust me, go back to your home today and check out how many things you have in your room that you have never used and that you have purchased 1 year ago. And then report back to me. Do you think those things were worthy of buying? We all have things in our rooms that we never even need, but we still buy them. Why? Because we are programmed to buying things that we don't want. Imagine if we just cut out all those things and we start investing in ourselves and we really start buying the things that we want, that really something means to us. That will make a big difference, my dear friends. And when you empty your pocket into your own head, nobody can take it back from you. No one can. Even you cannot take it back. The knowledge you have gained, you cannot erase it from your mind. The knowledge you will gain by investing with our company, you cannot just erase it. It will change your life for the best. It will just make you something more worthy. With that, I'm going to tell you the last suggestion. Make your life the best life, because we all have one life. It's not a trial period we are on. It's not something that we will get back again. Every day is an important day, so make sure that you make it count. So thank you so much for being here in the coaching hour. If you have questions later on, you can ask me anytime, all right? Because your question values a lot, but sometimes we don't have enough time on these calls where I can address your questions. But if you really want me to address your question, you can be a part of our programs where I would really love to help you. I would really help you to get to the next level of your life. And as I said, if some of you are new watching this material, if some of you just don't know me, just go and check out our masterclass that is happening on tomorrow. Be on there. If you cannot be on the masterclass, just make a decision to be on a call with me. Just make a decision. All it takes is a decision, and a decision can change your life, as I always say. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. I'll see you next week in the coaching hour. Till then, take care. And most of you who have signed up for the Dream Power Masterclass, I'm looking forward to see you tomorrow in that Dream Power masterclass. So till then, take care, have a wonderful life, and keep on enjoying whatever you're doing in your life. See you tomorrow in the masterclass, and I'm looking forward to see the new people on a free call with me. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate your presence. If you have been on YouTube, thank you guys for being on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe us, give us love, send us love, because that's the secret of life. See you next time. Take care. Live the life.